everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video we're going to be carrying on with this page from Rita Berman's new book. So we're going to go ahead and pick out which one we are going to do. So we've got this one. We've got the boat picture. So that's this little one up here. So I'll zoom you in and we'll get started. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to tackle is the background in the sky. And I'm going to go in first with pink macaroon A400. And I'm going to do like a base coat all over. Next, taking Mykonos blue, we're going to go in and start adding some blue into the sky. So what I'm aiming for is kind of like a sunset sort of background. So I'm just going to use light pressure with this one, and I'm just going to add some blue into the background. I'm going to make it look a little bit like clouds, so just getting thinner as it comes towards the middle. So I'm just going to darken up the bigger parts of the cloud. And then taking burgundy 412, we're going to use this to go around the blue clouds to add a bit more depth. So I'll take it over the blue and then just bring it down and out. So we'll do the same for this one. Next, taking salmon pink 402, we're going to use this to go around the purple ones. And we're going to do the same for the clouds. So I'm going to use pink macaroon to fill them in. And then taking our blue colour, Mykonos blue 507, we're going to add some blue into the clouds as well. So here I'm going to add it where we've already got the bit of blue there. And then I'm just going to add a little bit down here, and over here. So again, I'm just using light pressure with this blue. So we'll add some into this bit here and over here. And then I think we'll do this part here. Then going back in with burgundy, 412, we're going to go around the blue. And I'm just going to take that over the blue as well, just to blend it all together. Bring it down here and round. Then we're going to go in with salmon pink again and go around the purple. And I'm going to bring it up into this top corner. And then going back in with pink macaroon, I'm just going to fill in the lighter bits, add a bit more pressure to that, blend it all together. And I'm just going to go back in with the blue, Mykonos blue, and I'm just going to go over these bits just to darken them up slightly. Okay, so next we're going to move on to the sea. So for that I've chosen Ocean Blue 504. So I'm going to go ahead and do a base coat all over the sea. Next, taking Deep Teal 510, so this is our darker shade. We're going to start to add some shading into the sea. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go under these lines here and I'm going to darken them up. So I'm just using normal pressure for this. Okay, so I'm going to go back in with Mykonos Blue 507 and I'm going to add a bit more of a bluey colour. So I'm going to go ahead and go underneath the darker lines that we've just done and blend that together with the blue. And then going back in with our first shade, which was Ocean Blue 504, we're going to go ahead and fill in the gaps that's left. Okay, so next we're going to tackle our little penguin or parrot, I'm not quite sure what he is. So I'm going to go ahead with pumpkin orange and fill in his little beak. So it's got a nice bright orange beak. And then taking Crimson Red 207, we're going to add some red to him. So I think we'll give him a red body. I wanted him to be a nice bright parrot. And then we're just going to go over his little hair here, darken that up. And then we'll do some of his little tail feathers. Okay, and then taking Egyptian Blue 509, I'm going to use this to fill in his other tail feathers. Ooh. And we'll do his little wing as well. Next we're going to use Salmon Pink 204 and we're going to fill in his little cheek. And then taking Yellow Ochre 109, we're going to fill in his little belly and face. Then taking Earth Red 201, I'm going to use this to add some shadow to his beak. So I'm going to go ahead and do some on the bottom half of his beak because that would be a little bit darker. And then just darken up the very edge by his body. And then we'll give him a little bit of shading down here on his belly. Next, taking a Posca pen, I'm just going to add a few little details to him. So I'm going to add some tiny little dots on his blue wings. And his little blue feathers. A couple on his beak to highlight his little beak. Okay, so going back in with Crimson Red 207, we're going to use this to fill in the flag. So I'm going to go ahead and fill this in completely. Next, taking Espresso Brown 308, we're going to add some shade to the flag. So I'm going to go ahead and shade it along the edge here where it joins to the pole. And then I'm going to shade the bottom . Okay, so next going back in with Pumpkin Orange 112, we're going to fill in the little rubber ring. Taking Espresso Brown again, we're just going to darken up the inner orangey bit so it looks like it's pushed back further. And then going back in with Yellow Ochre 109, we're going to fill in the stripes on the ring. Next, taking Sapphire Yellow, I'm going to go ahead and fill in the sails. Then taking turmeric yellow, we're going to add some shading. So we're going to go ahead and shade along this line here. And then we'll take the shade along the bottom edge. And then just lift the pressure as you come out to blend it together. We're going to do the same for this one, so I'll go along the inside edge again. And then just lift the pressure and blend that line out. I'm going to do some underneath the cloud. And then down here at the bottom. And I'm going to fill in all of this bottom edge because that would all be a bit darker. I'm going to go back in with sapphire yellow and I'm going to fill in the rope for the string, and then taking turmeric yellow again, I'm going to add some shade to that. So I'm going to shade it at the top and the bottom. So next, taking periwinkle blue, I'm going to start by doing a base coat on the boat. Next, taking sky blue, we're going to start adding some shade. So I'm going to shade along the top edge. And around here. And then I'm just going to lift the pressure as you bring the colour down. This edge here we're going to do a bit darker. And then again, just lift the pressure as you come away. We'll do the same for this edge along here. And I'm just going to darken up it a little bit here where the water's coming onto the boat. Next, going back in with periwinkle blue, we're going to go ahead and fill this in, blend it all together. Then taking sky blue, I'm going to go ahead and fill in this line along here. And we'll do the top here. So we'll do the edges and this side. And then lift the colour as you come towards the middle. Then going back in with periwinkle blue, just fill that bit in the middle. And taking sky blue again, I'm going to go ahead and fill in these little railings. Back in with periwinkle blue, and I'm just going to fill in the gaps in between. Next, taking sapphire blue, we're going to fill in the inside of the boat, because this would be darker because it's on the inside. Taking Sapphire Yellow 101, we're going to fill in the outer edge of this window. And then going in with Yellow Ochre 109, we're going to add a little bit of shadow. So I'm going to do the shadow on this side. And then to break up all of the blue, we're going to go in with Pink Macaroon. We're going to fill in this little bit here. So that we've got a nice pastel boat. And I'm just going to do this bit here inside the steering wheel. And then going back in with Sapphire Yellow, I'm going to fill in the top bit of the steering wheel because that's where the sail would be peeping through. And we're going to use Sky Blue to fill in the little window. So I'm just going to use light pressure on that just to give it a little bit of colour. And then for the steering wheel itself, I'm going to use Yellow Ochre as our base. Next, taking Earth Red, we're going to add some shadow to the steering wheel. So I'm going to darken up down here. And I'll just do a little bit of shadow on the right hand side and the left hand side of this one. And I'm just going to bring this shadow up here. And just do a little bit on there. And then taking Yellow Ochre, I'm going to fill in the pole. And we're going to use Earth Red to put some shading into there. So I'm going to shade all the way along this edge. And I'm going to shade all the way along the opposite edge as well, just to break it up. Okay, so next taking Sapphire Yellow 101, we're going to fill in the aeroplane, the flying aeroplane and the birds. Then we're going to use Yellow Ochre 109 to add some shading. So I'm going to add some in this middle section here, darken that up a little bit. And then I think we'll go along the inside edge on this, darken up the inside edges. And for the birds, I'm going to go along the bottom edge. Okay, so now we're going to go in with our Posca pen and we're going to add some details. So the first thing I'm going to do is go around these clouds. We're going to add a highlight to the flag. I'm going to go over these lines here on the sail. Okay, you guys, and that's it. That's our completed little picture. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.